is Francisco, or as you all know, probably know me, Matanzo Speaks, and I will continue my reading of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein today for all of you. Oh, right, channel. I forgot to plug the channel. This is frankly, I don't give a fork. We stream readings, D&D sessions. Y'all should subscribe. It's all good and fun, and have a great time. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to continue where I left off, where, at this point, Herr Frankenstein himself, pardon me, will be taking over the story, and, well, I guess we'll see what happens next. Oh, and before I forget, this is a live reading. I am not a professional narrator yet, so there will be mistakes, there will be slip-ups. If I make a mistake, I will walk it back and do a quick do-over. We're all human, we all make mistakes, and this is live, unedited, and uncut, folks. And now, so we begin. Chapter 1 of Part 2. I am by birth a Genoese. My family is one of the most distinguished of that republic. My ancestors had for many years counselors and syndics, and my father had filled several situations with honor and reputation. He was respected by all who knew him for his integrity and indefatigable attention to public business. He passed his younger days perpetually occupied by the affairs of his country. A variety of circumstances had prevented his marrying early. Nor was it until the decline of life that he became a husband and the father of a family. As the circumstances of his marriage illustrate his character, I cannot refrain from relating them. One of his most intimate friends was a merchant who, from a flourishing state, fell through numerous mischances into poverty. This man, whose name was Beaufort, was of a proud and unbending disposition, and could not bear to live in poverty and oblivion in the same country where he had formerly been distinguished for his rank and magnificence. Having paid his debts, therefore, in the most honorable manner, he retreated with his daughter to the town of Lucerne, where he lived unknown and in wretchedness. My father loved Beaufort with the truest friendship, and was deeply grieved by his retreat in these unfortunate circumstances. He bitterly deplored the false pride which led his friend to conduct so little worthy of the affection that united them. He lost no time in endeavoring to seek him out, with the hope of persuading him to begin the world again through his credit and assistance. Beaufort had taken effectual measures to conceal himself, and it was 10 months before my father discovered his abode. Overjoyed at this discovery, he hastened to the house, which was situated in a mean street near the Royce. But when he entered, misery and despair alone welcomed him. Beaufort had saved but a very small sum of money from the wreck of his fortunes, but it was still sufficient to provide him with the sustenance for some months. And in the meantime, he hoped to procure some respectable employment in a merchant's house. The interval was, consequently, spent in inaction. His grief only became more deep and rankling when he had leisure for reflection, and at length it took so fast a hold of his mind that at the end of 3 months he lay on a bed of sickness, incapable of any exertion. His daughter attended him with the greatest tenderness, but she saw with despair that their little fund was rapidly decreasing, and that there was no other prospect of support. But Caroline Beaufort possessed a mind of an uncommon mold, and her courage rose to support her in her adversity. She procured plain work, she plaited straw, and by various means converted to earn a pittance scarcely sufficient to support life. Several months passed in this manner. Her father grew worse. Her time was more entirely occupied by attending him. Her means of subsistence decreased, and in the 10th month, her father died in her arms, leaving her an orphan and a beggar. This last blow overcame her, and she knelt by Buford's coffin, weeping bitterly, when my father entered the chamber. He came like a protecting spirit to the poor girl, who had committed herself to his care, and after the interment of his friend, he conducted her to Geneva, and placed her under the protection of a relation. 2 years after this event, Caroline became his wife. Water break. There was a considerable difference between the ages of my parents, but this circumstance seemed to unite them only closer in bonds of devoted affection. There was a sense of justice in my father's upright mind, which rendered it necessary that he should prove highly to love strongly. Perhaps during former years he had suffered from the late discovered unworthiness of one beloved, and was so disposed to set a greater value on tried worth. There was a show of gratitude and worship of his attachment to my mother, differing wholly from the doting fondness of age, for it was inspired by reverence for her virtues, and a desire to be the means of, in some degree, recompensing her for the sorrows she had endured, but which gave inaccessible grace to his behavior to her. Everything was made to yield to her wishes and her convenience. He strove to shelter her, as a fair exotic is sheltered by the gardener, from every rougher wind, and to surround her with all that could tend to excite pleasurable emotion in her soft and benevolent mind. Her health, and even the tranquility of her hitherto constant spirit, had been shaken by what she had gone through. During the 2 years that had elapsed, previous to the marriage, my father had gradually relinquished all his public functions, and immediately after the union, they sought the pleasant climate of Italy, and the change of scene and of interest attendant on the tour through the land of wonders, a restorative for a weakened frame. Pardon me 1 second, quick drink. And I do apologize, we seem to be having some technical difficulties. We will take a short break and we will be right back.
I've started successfully.
Okay.
Get onto Discord. I realized I can't hear. I don't think they can hear you properly. So jump onto Discord and go into Legion work.
Sure. How long of a break you give us?
3 minutes.
Okay. It's updated.
That's fine.
Hey, you scared me. I thought I was screwing something up and not knowing. I was like, ah, shit, what am I
You're
doing?
doing amazing.
Legion work?
Yep.
And that's under the Legion official Discord?
Yep. Not the official. No, it's under GA groupies.
Okay, what am I looking at?
Go into Legion where you see me in there.
I don't see you in there. I'm under Legion work, but you're not there.
You're in GA groupies?
Uh-huh.
Just join.
I am. Oh, you're in the voice channel. I thought you said Legion work. I was in the Legion work subgroup.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna unmute you so my computer can actually hear you. Okay. You should pick
Okay,
up.
how about now?
I don't know, 1 sec.
And are we back?
Doesn't tell me when we're back or not. Let me try to figure that out. The error.
close camera.
Sure.
I get Twitch up here. I don't know if you noticed I started stumbling in the movie with thumbs down.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I meant to say that the recording was thumbs down.
Okay, let's go back live again.
Okay.
No, wait, nope, I got ads, but I think it's mandatory ads at the start.
Right. Wait a second. Microphone. Try talking into your microphone.
Alright, testing. We're having some technical problem, folks. I do apologize.
And
How's the audio on your end?
struggling.
For those of you who don't know, I am speaking to my director, who is also my wife. I love her very much.
Who might not be very tech savvy.
You're better than me.
Okay, talk again.
Okay, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Why is your... May I see your mouse, please? There it is. Thanks. I just want to check. What? No, why don't you just continue reading while I do stuff? Actually, hey everybody, this is the director, Emily speaking. We are going to take a 5-minute break and we're going to come back to you live in 5 minutes. We do